In this Central Beriut hospital, a grandmother's grief echoes through the ward. Forgive me, she says. I didn't want to cry in front of you. Amina is consoling her granddaughter and mourning her own daughter, who was killed in the first few hours of the war, shielding 4-year-old Malika, who suffered shrapnel wounds to her face. She lost her life trying to protect her daughter, she says. And just like I raised your mother, she tells her, I will raise you. Malika and her family were in the process of evacuating, Amina says, when their car was hit. And then there's an 11-year-old girl, one of 3 sisters, severely injured. She's just come out of surgery.
How did it go? It went well.
The doctor operating on all these patients, Dr. Hassan Abu Sitta, a plastic and reconstructive surgeon who made headlines around the world for his work in Gaza in the months after October 7th. He then started a foundation solely focused on the children.
If these things become normal to you, then you've lost something very important. You need to be continuously outraged.
In the first week of the war, an average of 10 children a day were killed in Lebanon, according to government officials, as Israel targets Hezbollah, a paramilitary group funded and backed by Iran. Lebanese children are not the only children here being treated due to Israeli strikes. Some of them are from Gaza, like 6-year-old Omar, the sole survivor of an Israeli strike that killed his entire family. He says he was playing on his bicycle in December 2023 when he was blown away by an explosion. This is him right after, part of a generation of amputees from Gaza. Today, he's got a new prosthetic arm, an infectious laugh, and a few English words in his vocabulary.
Zebra.
Zebra. He says he wants to become an engineer to rebuild Gaza and a doctor to help the people of Gaza. But not too far away is once again the all-too-familiar sound of Israeli strikes, this time on Beirut, where the death toll is quickly rising.
You need to be outraged when a child tells you that she was sitting on her mum's lap when her mum was killed. That moral outrage is what keeps us human and what differentiates us from those who do the killing.
Danielle is in Beirut tonight. Danielle, it's been an intense day of strikes. We've been tracking them all night. What have you and your team seen?
Well, it's all happening right behind me, just over my shoulder. You can see the police lights and hear the sirens. There's been an extensive wave of airstrikes hitting the southern suburbs of Beirut, Dahya, over the bay over there. But just in the past few minutes, as we were on air, actually, we heard 2 loud bangs. In fact, we didn't just hear them, we felt the vibration on this balcony. And Lebanese media right now reporting that a vehicle was targeted behind me and that so far the death toll is 5 people killed in that what it appears to be a targeted strike on this vehicle. This is along the promenade here. And this fits into what appears to be a pattern by Israel in the past week or so, not just targeting the Hezbollah stronghold of the southern suburbs of Beirut, but targeted attacks throughout the city, particularly central Beirut. And that has really triggered quite a bit of panic for people here in Beirut, because those strikes in central Beirut are quite rare. And really now people don't know where this is going or how long this is going to last, Tom.
All right, Danielle Hamamdjian. Danielle, we thank you. Please be safe. We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.